Stephen Avery, you're guilty as fuck. You killed Teresa Marie Halbach. You planted that rapport. Guilty! Guilty! You, Brendan, yeah, you jumped in and you helped his ass. Guilty! Guilty! Everybody, guilty! Guilty! Steve? Brendan? Yeah. Sue me. What? Sue me. I just defamed your ass. Defamation suit. File small claims, sue me for $1, okay, and get your case in court. Now, between you and me, which one has to prove defamation? Do I have to prove that you killed Teresa Marie Halbach and planted her vehicle? Or do you have to prove that you didn't kill Teresa Marie Halbach and didn't plant the vehicle? And how are you going to do that? I have to prove that I did not defame you. I can't do that. No. I cannot defend myself from your defamation suit. I'm guilty. You understand? You understand what's happening? Huh? Really? Tim Batcher. Sue him. Okay? Susie Wright. Sue her. Everybody that ever said that you killed Teresa Marie Halbach and planted her vehicle, or just killed Teresa Marie Halbach, period, but it has to do with the RAV4. In order for you to win at the lawsuit, and for me and all these other people to lose at this lawsuit. Zoner, what did I just do? Zoner, I want you to go back and advise your client, Stephen A. Avery, Laura Nyrider, I want you to advise your client as to what I just did. Did I get evidence into a court of law before a judge, yes or no? Yes. If Stephen Avery, if Brendan Dassey were to bring a defamation suit against me, okay, defamation suit against whoever the fuck you want, they have to prove they did not defame you. Well, he was convicted. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. How do you explain those 3 RAV4 color codes that's in evidence? Exhibits. They're exhibits. The green one's not, but it should be, shouldn't it? So therefore, in this suit, you will put in the WBA2 News 3-4 November 2005 in evidence before a judge. And the judge is going to look at this evidence, going to look at me, going to look at Steve and Brendan, and going to say, Richard Boyd just defamed your ass because you were never convicted in a court of law. Well, see, what happens at that point is it goes into the system as Boyd and Boyd's everything out. Everything. Boyd. Boyd's them all out. Mr. Avery, Mr. Darcy. Yeah, you're free to go. You're free to leave at any time. You can walk out of this courtroom. Yeah. That's what happens. Ain't that right, Zellner? Ain't that right, Knight Rider? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't. You can't. And you know you can't. You're the attorneys. You're the lawyers. School of Law. Okay. Tell me that's not true. Tell Stephen that's not true. Tell Brendan that that's not true. Tell them that they have to remain in prison and wait for Stephen Avery's never to come Supreme Court. That's a fucking farce. You're only prisoners of your own train of thought, Stephen. Brendan. Even Brendan can handle a 3-color crayon set, okay? Making a Murderer coloring book. Here, Brendan, here's 3 colors. If you use more than one, you're out of there based on the evidence photos. Who doesn't know this? There is nobody in the whole entire world that doesn't know this. There's only people that deny this in spite of the evidence. In spite of the evidence. The evidence is plain. Green is green. Green ain't blue green. Green, blue, green. More blue than green. And blue is not green, more blue than green. Okay? Because they have color codes. Each one has an assigned mixture. It's a recipe for making cookies. You're making 3 different types of cookies with the ingredients that you put in based upon the code that's used. Otherwise, you can't reproduce that color without the color code. No color code? We'll just throw a little bit of this in here. We'll throw a little bit of that in there. Fuck. Close enough. Who gives a shit? No. You have color codes. Color codes are recipes. So much of this, so much of this, so much of this. Okay? And that's how it's made. Oh, do you want pearl? Oh, okay. You want mica? Yeah, okay. You want metallic? That's 3 different additives added after the fact. And then how many additives do you have? Let's see. 63 deep jewel green. Okay, so what is that? Pearl. Jewel green pearl. Then there's mica. And pearl. So you got 2 pearls and a mica. The mica is being misidentified as pearls. Okay? And the one in the photograph is a metallic. Well, metallic, okay, what is that? That's a special fucking blend. That's ordered. You can order it in these different ones. Alright? And that 760 Mystic Steel Mica, well, what the fuck am I sitting there looking at a 805 Roche Far Pearl for? You know? So not only do you have the 3 different colors, you have the 2 different additives therefore afterwards, and 760 Mystic Steel Mica cannot be the green, and it cannot be the blue, because those are pearls. Metallic. The blue one's metallic. Whatever. They got this down. So, let's see, who can you sue? Why don't you sue Mike Halbach for defamation? If you could sue me for defamation, then you can sue Mike Halbach for defamation, because he got up there and he squawked like a fucking seal, like a seal in a circus. Mike Halbach. Mike Halbach defamed the fuck out of you, dude. Why don't you sue his ass? Yeah, he's got a little bit of a problem defending himself, see. He's the one that supplied WB2 News the picture that they used to be on the lookout for. Not a picture that's supposed to represent the shape of a RAV4, and even though it's green, it's blue in reality. Okay. Even though the bumpers are green, they're actually black, gray, blue, whichever one you want in the evidence photos. You know? No, it's one of those three. People, Mike Halbach supplied Jerry Pagel, sheriff, Calumet County Sheriff Office, and he gave it to WB, 2 News. So how is he going to defend himself from a defamation suit brought by Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey when he is the one that picked up the green 63 Deep Joe Green RAV4 out of a lineup on the internet? It doesn't freaking matter that Teresa had owned a 760 Mystic Teal Mica. That's paperwork. That's paperwork. Oh, so we're all going to be on this paperwork at the expense of every fucking thing else, though, because it's legally Teresa's. But she never drove it. You can't put her in the driver's seat. Door handle, steering wheel, turn signal, stick shift, ignition, okay? Hair, DNA. You didn't find any of that shit. None of it. Well, that's because we wasn't looking for it. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, if you do that, then they're going to have to prove that they did not defame you. How is Mike Halbach, without law enforcement, all by his naked ass, standing there before the court with nobody else to prop him up and see how he stands up? So, Mr. Halbach, did you supply Jerry Pagel, the sheriff of Calumet County Sheriff's Office, with a 6P3 Deep Joe Green RAV4 photograph that you got off of the internet that you knew that that's what she drove? Yes, Your Honor. And when the 760 Mystic Teal Mica / with K95 features and the 8L5 Royal Sapphire Pearl was introduced into the court of law, did you object? No, Your Honor. So, according to you, Mike, Teresa's driving a 6P3 Deep Joe Green before it was found on the Avery Auto Salvage Yard, and now it's a 760 Mystic Teal Mica with K95 features, and the one down at Wisconsin State Crime Lab is the 8L5 Royal Sapphire Pearl. You mean your sister owned 3 vehicles? 3 vehicles. Mr. Halbach? Yeah. Stephen Avery and Brendan Dassey has never been convicted of the crime of the murder of your sister. The reason is because you just told me, Judge, in a court of law, that you agreed with all 3 photographs and your sister only owned 1. According to the paperwork, and she doesn't have anything out of state, she's only supposed to own 1 vehicle, but yet you, Mr. Mike Halbach, agreed to 3 different vehicles that your sister owned, drove and owned. They're all 3 hers. Yeah. You can't do that, Mike. You're fucking busted, dude. How bad busted are you? You can go ahead and just forget Supreme Court. Just drop Zellner and sue Mike Halbach for defamation. You get Mike Halbach in court. no crash, no fouling, no gone. And in small claims court, you don't have a fucking lawyer. It's just Stephen Avery, Mike Halbach, and the judge. That's it. Okay, Stephen Avery, myself, and the judge. What do you say? Stephen Avery, Mike Halbach, and the judge. No attorneys. Now, how much does Stephen Avery know about automotive versus how much does Mike Daniel Halbach know about automotive? Mike Daniel Halbach is lost in a fucking junkyard and he doesn't know shit. But Stephen Avery knows the serial number of that starter over there in that fucking 79 Pinto. Okay? He knows what the serial number is. He knows every color code in the entire junkyard. There's not a color code that Stephen Avery does not know. What's a color code? Well, Mike, I have to explain to you that a color code is a recipe on how you mix paint, what paint to mix, so many ingredients of this, so many ingredients. You're making cookies. You might as well be on a cooking show because it has a recipe, and that recipe is correlated with the computer codes where you know what color that vehicle is. Didn't know that, Mike, huh? But you saw your sister's RAV4. And you saw the RAV4 in evidence. Everybody sees the RAV4 in evidence. And the RAV4s that are in evidence are not all the same RAV4s. The RAV4, Pam's RAV4 over there it's not the same color as Wisconsin State Crime Lab. Fuck you. It's not the same vehicle. It's not the same color. Okay? Now, Stephen Avery, all you have to do is just sue Mike Halbach for defamation, and your conviction is now deemed void, as has no legal effect. They have to let you go. And they will wipe it off your record as if it never existed. So you can fill out an application. They do a background check on your ass. You know what? The murder of Teresa Marie Halbach is not going to be there. They will expunge that off your record. Boom, gone like that. That's what Federal Rule 60B4. Now, the only way you can get a Federal Rule 60B4 is in federal court. And guess what? We got a new FBI director. Kosh. Yeah. And then we have a new Attorney General Director, Bondi. That's the two top highest. Stephen, you do that in small claims court, then the federal law will take over, because the federal law, those two individuals will take a high interest in the fact that you fired Zellner. Oh, fuck. You mean Zellner's fired, and Drizzen and Laura Nightrider are fired by Brendan. So you mean to tell me Brendan fired those two and Stephen fired Zellner? That's the news cycle. Boy, I tell you what, we better get this news cycle the fuck out there. Boom, there it goes. Boom, all over. You two will be in the fucking news again. Wait till after the 20th, okay? Monday. Give it Tuesday, okay? Tuesday. And there'll be millions of eyes all over it. Yeah. So what's going to happen? Steve and Mike Halbach, without any assistance from anybody else, are going to hash it out in a court of law before a judge. 3 people. Okay? Yeah. You don't need attorneys. You don't get attorneys. Small claims court, you're there yourself. You know? But it's in a court of law. It's in a court of law. So you're sitting there going, wee-dee-dee-dee-dee, I'm going to waste another 10 years before I get my chance at the Supreme Court. Well, fucking how old will you be then? Zoner's trying to run out the clock on your ass. And she just got another stay that she gets to shine and show herself off. She's important until the next court date that'll never come. Or, I think I will pick this date. This is the date I want out of prison. I'm going to file a defamation suit against Mike Halbach. Nobody else, just Mike. And Stephen does it, and Brendan does it. That's a double whammy. Double whammy. Okay? And you get it for, oh, fuck. You own the farm, I know that much. You probably own the team, Green Bay Packers. If not, you can buy them with the money you're going to get. So whatever the fuck you want out of prison there, Steve, we're just sitting here waiting for you to do something. You know, either shit or get off the fucking pot. Dude, when do you want out? When do you want to schedule yourself out of fucking prison? Anyway, sue me. Sue me. See what happens. Make a test run. What do you say? Well, shit, then you won't get Mike, will you? Why don't you sue Mike? Sue Mike. How does Mike explain into a court of law how he picked up a 6B3 Deep Joe Green and they showed a 760 Mystic 2 Micah / K95 and then there was another one which is a 805 Royal Power Pearl? How does Mike Halbach explain that? I'm tired of fucking with you stupid ass people trying to tell me shit. All I want to know is, how did Michael Daniel Halbach come up with this? And he agreed to all 3, and he's still agreeing to all 3. There's your ticket out. Hey, I just gave you your easy out of prison. Get out of jail free card. Now fly. Do it. I want you to file that fucker on Wednesday, 3 days after inauguration. Monday. File on Monday. Steve, you've got the color codes. You know what the fuck you're doing. All you have to do is just file a small claims of defamation and up to the limit, $500 or whatever, and sue Mike Halbach. He will be subpoenaed to arrive and show up in court to talk to you and talk to the judge. You get to talk to the judge, he gets to talk to the judge gets to decide. Boom, you're out of there, and guess who gets arrested in court? Stephen Avery, Brendan Dassey, you two are out of there, and Mike Halbach will not be leaving court a free man. He will be handcuffed and he'll be turned over to the prosecutor. So whenever you fucking want to walk out of prison and exchange places with Mike Halbach, do it. Do it. I'm sitting back watching, waiting for it. I want to see it on the news. And that's how you get the fuck out. You don't need the Supreme Court shit. Now, you need small claims court. Small claims court. You know that packet I sent you guys? You know who I sent it to. Why don't you use that? There is one person out here. I won't name who they are. But they know who they are, don't you? Did you get a packet mailed to you from Brandon Young? Brandon Young, mailed to your doorstep? Yeah, you know who you are. Nobody else knows, unless you told them. Show up as a spectator and watch Brendan free himself. I mean, with that packet. All he has to do is hand the judge the packet. And just ask Mike Halbach to explain the different colors in that packet with the evidence comparison. And you walk out of fucking prison. What the hell is your goddamn fucking problem, people? Stephen Avery should walk sometime this week, next week, something like that. Whenever they could schedule him to come in for a hearing. Small claims court. It's a court just the same. A court. Supreme Court. Circuit Court. Small claims court. It's all court. And the court already has the photographs. Comparisons. Judge Dutcher. Yeah. He's even got Stevens copies on his desk. Hey, Steve, yeah, you need to go to see Dutcher to go get your fucking mail. Okay? And we sent it to you, too, so you should have it. Those are your walking papers. Get out of your jail free card. This is like, boom. Now, let me see. Katie and Kelly, didn't they testify? Teresa, didn't Mom testify? Helen, huh? Didn't she testify in court too? Well, guess who gets to go to fucking jail then? So you got Mike Halbach, his two little sisters, and his mother. All of them go to jail. Why? Perjury on the fucking stand. Perjury. Oh, that's the start of it. That's the start of it. It's like wildfire, all right, after that point. So I'll see you in small claims court, Steve, Brendan.